So I got a lot of news in this video, but I'm gonna start it off with these. Check them out. It's tight, yo. What's going on, ladies and gentlemen? Welcome back to another video, and in this video we're going to be looking at two twins. I had a great deal pop up and I could not say no to this. It was I love B5 cars in general, and I love wagons, and I've always wanted a wagon. So why stop at one when you can pick up two of them, right? Right. Just before I jump into them and kind of show you what's all about and what's going on with those, I just want to say that as of these projects stepping in, the Audi has been sold. It's been sold for a couple weeks now. Just getting the videos caught up now. I just wanted to throw that out there that it is gone. It's off to a new owner. I hope he's happy with it. I'm sorry that if you guys stayed for the Audi, again, I traded it off just for something better. And I got two things better. So without further ado, we're gonna jump into the blue one, and then I'm gonna jump into the green one. So as for the blue one here, these are both, I believe this one's a 2003 and this is a 2002. So this is the Volkswagen W8 engine. This one makes about 297 horsepower. It's not your traditional like V8. It's kind of more in the shape of a W with the two, I believe, 4 cylinders connected. I don't know much about these engines, but they're super nice. And guess what? This one right here is also a W8, 4Motion, and both all-wheel drive. Man, I got these cars for a steal. And even if this one becomes a daily driver or whatever, it's gonna be an awesome project even to flip over into something cool. But this one, the reason I'm starting with the blue one is because this one has limitless possibilities. So I could honestly pull this engine out and get rid of the fake firewall, push everything back here, and this is a potential for another 1.8T punched out swap, 2-liter punched out, or my personal favorite, which I'm kind of want to try. I've always wanted to try this, and I think I'm at the mechanical skill level to do this, and that is an LS swap. I think that would be sick in a Volkswagen. There's just enough room in these engine bays that if I pushed the radiator into the core support, as you can see just right here, if I push the radiator motor into this and bring this forward just a bit, take out the firewall here, because it's just a fake firewall. The firewall actually goes all the way back here. The battery would have to be relocated to the back, and a lot of this would go. The ECU I can be moved somewhere else, but potentially you can throw an LS in here or a 350 or whatever swap, and it would fit. You just gotta run electric fans and just walk around here. And these cars are super clean. Like, this is the cleanest bodies that I've worked with. Like, it's got some rust here, just light stuff. The antenna, it's got more rust, it's tinted. Probably get that darker. This one did have a rear camera on it. I don't know if that's hooked up or if there's a screen for it. Now it's got the stock dual exhaust system that I freaking love these exhaust tips. So I don't know if I want to straight pipe this one and keep the exhaust tips or not, but here's a proof. W8 4Motion all-wheel drive. Inside, I got a whole bunch of spare tires that came with the car, a set of Winters and a set of Detroit Summers. And then of course there's wheel spacers and lug nuts. There's an intake on here. More the intake, more trim. As we go into the front seat, all the interiors there. In the back too. So the disc changer is still in the car. Everything's in here. The radio, well, not gauge cluster. Even the center console there. So, like, even if I decide to part this car out, there's a lot of parts here for a taken. I'm definitely going to be selling the engine and the all-wheel drive system just because I don't need it. But I know for one thing, when it comes to parting out this car, I know for sure I'm going to be selling the all-wheel drive system. That just means the engine, the transmission, and the drive shaft. But I'm debating on keeping the drive shaft because I don't know if I'm going to need it, or I'm just going to swap over to a BMW LSD and weld that up. That's another thing I need to learn how to do as well. This is a very, very ambitious project, but I'd like to keep at least one of these in the future. So even if it's keeping the blue, taking the blue parts I need off the blue one to make sure the green one is good, that's something I'm willing to do. But as of right now, this blue one doesn't run, the battery's dead. I need to use the charger there to actually boost it, so not much I can do. But the green one, this one is a turnkey, it does run. It had a stupid amount of work done to it recently. I picked them up for steel for the pair of them. This one's cool on the exterior here because it's got the badgeless W8 grille, which was originally on this one here, but it's been swapped over. Same with the fog lights have been swapped from this unit to here. And the only thing that's left to do is put the headlights from the blue one onto this one. This car's cool because it does have HID upgrading kits done to it. Other things that it's been done, it's on still 16s. It's got dark tint all around on the exterior here. It's got clean taillights. Like, there's nothing wrong with the body other than some scratches here. And of course W8 4Motion, which it does not have the badge for 4Motion. But in the interior, I'm going to hook up a battery charger from the charger, and we're going to get this going. And so we can get into it, and I can show you guys starting it and see what the W8 sounds like. The car runs great. It's got a little bit of an exhaust leak, but I'm going to fix that when I drop the exhaust and do some work to it. But look at this is clean, like super clean. So it's got the full intake on, it's got parts from that one in the intake, the injectors from this one. It's also got the fuel control module from the blue one. A little broken here, but I'm going to grab that from the blue one. Because if you look at the prowl over here, it's a little cracked, but it isn't broken like the green one is. Another thing that needs to be done is just like the A4, this coolant reservoir needs to be rebolted in. There's a couple cut wires down below there that need some attention for sure. And there's like a green and yellow wire down there that need to be cleaned and cut up, or not cut up, but you know what I mean. They need to be fixed. You should see this interior. It is super clean. We'll start with the hatch. After I unlock the door. So I guess we'll start with the interior. So check this out. So it needs to just put panels back, and I gotta hook speakers up, which I'm gonna do soon. Install trim back wire. Super easy stuff, simple. It's got, like, look at the kilometers on it. 194, under 200, and it's 2002. It needs coolant, obviously. And, like, the stereo, I have a stereo for it. It's sitting in the blue car. Some things I'll probably swap out right here, just because the blue one actually has the 4Motion not faded out, but it's got a handbook down below with all the warranty and everything, the original speaker wire, some more trim, speaker housing, rear speaker. I need to get some tap ins for that, but this car is super clean for the age. Handbrake, they're all both automatic, but they do have the Tiponic shift mode. Seat memory, heated seats, sunroof, like the whole package. Like, these cars are super clean. Look at, like, this car was detailed. I actually paid for the detail to get done last year, and then the car kind of sat because it needed work. But even that, it's got a privacy shade. Right here is the stock 6-disc changer that's still installed. It's just not hooked up anymore. And then the speakers, we're going through this little channel system. This isn't hooked up. I'm probably not gonna rehook this up. I'll just do straight from the deck and power with a small amp. Over here, like, you got like a stock headlight or fog light. I actually didn't even know this was in here. That's cool. Originally there would be a first aid kit here, but that's kind of cool. Then you got two 12-volt for like camping. That's probably what I'll do with it, and just take out all those black amp mounts, because this car had one hell of a sound system in it at one point. But I'll take all that out and just make it a stock so we can actually go like camping and whatnot in it, just for road trip purposes. Like, this is friggin' clean, and I mean absolutely clean for the year. But I'll just run quickly into what that needs to be done to that green one before I can really drive it before winter. It has a PVC issue. I can take the one off the blue one if I wanted to, but I'm not sure if it has the same issue for pressure. I might just end up running a catch can for the car and see how it handles under that, just to fix the PVC in general. I'll probably just run a, there's an ABS issue, that's the engine check light. It's a circuit to ground front right wheel sensor, like speed sensor for ABS, because it's all ABS control wheel speed sensors. So I gotta fix that for sure. It's the exhaust leak that needs to be tackled. I'll probably just put in a new drop the exhaust, put a new gasket on. While I'm at it, I'll probably cut the tops off the muffler and straight pipe through it, just to hear that W8 scream. Now, the one downside to these cars, I'm gonna say this, there's not a lot of aftermarket performance upgrades for these cars. You can get them tuned. If you really want a V8, you go with the S4 4.2. It's got a lot more customizations over the V8 over the W8. The W8 is very expensive to work on, and as much as they're cool, they're very expensive to keep running. I'll probably just do what I can, see where it goes from there. I know I can get like a flash tuning down on it, so it like backfires and sparks, flames, whatever, and it'll push it over 300 with larger injectors and of course better coils. But other than that, like, I don't even know if I want to do that to the green one, because it's such a clean and nice daily driver. I'd rather just do the exhaust modifications and nothing else. Honestly, I'm not about that life. If I'm going to do an LS swap to that blue one, then I'm definitely gonna have room for turbo, and I'm gonna make a turbo work in that, or even a supercharger. So that's kind of the goal for the future, or at least for that car, unless something else comes up like a Mustang or something. Then I'll just part it out. But I really want a wagon. Wagons are good for going on road trips, and you don't want to really sleep in a tent. But other than that, this car's going to be a sick daily driver. I can't wait to do the work to it. Can't wait to jump straight into it with you guys, documenting every step of the way. Harder than before. I hope you guys stick around, and if you're new here, remember, hit that subscribe button, hit the bell notifications, keep up to date, like and comment down below. And until then, guys, I'll see you in the next video. Until then, Valiant out.